on the channel, we're checking out the PT Fastback by Schecter. This is new for 2020. So Schecter has done the PT guitar for many years. In fact, the PT stands for Pete Townshend, unofficially. Pete Townshend played Schecter guitars between 1979 and 1988. Some were built by Roger Griffin, some built by Schecter, and some built by Pete himself. Most of them were parts guitars because Schecter was a big parts guitar company, and a lot of them were destroyed when he smashed them. But now this year, Schecter's done something new, a little more exciting in my opinion. I always liked Filtertron pickups. I've always liked the Cabernet Tellies that Fender's done, and I've always loved the Telly Deluxe, or should I say the Deluxe Telly, where it had this big over-the-top pickguard, double volumes and double tones like a Gibson Les Paul, three-way switch up here, everything I liked, but Schecter put some twists on it that I really liked. First, they made sure it had a belly carve, something I really like. They also made sure it has an arm carve, so again, it gives you the aesthetic of what you want, but the comfort of a more modern guitar. They also made sure that they changed the neck carve. They used 4 furls and they put no base plate on here. And then what they did is they carved it so it's really, really nice right here. One of the things I really like about that is what I call the handshake, where you grab a guitar like this and hold it. It doesn't poke my palm, it's not uncomfortable, and I can hold this for a long time. The neck has some really interesting features that I thought was cool. First of all, they obviously glossed the whole neck. So the neck was shot with gloss, and then what they did is they left the fascia, the front of the headstock, and the fretboard glossy, but then sanded the back of the neck and headstock to give it a satin feel. It doesn't feel like raw wood, but it definitely feels smooth and silky. So it doesn't have a sticky kind of gloss feeling, which I think is really cool. So a lot of you that have gloss necks that don't like them, you don't have to worry about that. You get the look of the gloss, but the feel of satin. You also get these beautiful block inlays, which is another thing I was really impressed with. The other thing they took the time to do was put binding around the neck. The black binding around the neck looks really good with the cream binding on the body. I think that's a good matchup. Believe it or not, I think if it was all cream, it would get a little tired. I think doing the neck one way and the body another way really gives it a kind of a separated look.
Now Schecter sent the black one for review, but it also comes in this beautiful white one with black binding and a gold top one where it's a natural body with just a gold top, and it has these beautiful inlays on rosewood.
They use a hardtail bridge, but they made sure to do string through body. Another thing I thought was really cool. The neck feels very reminiscent to a Fender Telecaster neck. Kind of same width, same feel, same C carve, but a lot thinner, especially between the 1st fret and the 5th fret. So if you like just a slightly thinner neck than what Fender offers, this is going to give it to you. Around the 6th fret up, it's going to feel more reminiscent what you feel the Players series and the American Professional series necks feel like. This is a little thinner than those, but not much. Very familiar. You wouldn't be, it wouldn't feel out of place. But again, up around the 1st to 5th fret, considerably thinner and really nice. Grover tuning keys, they're not locking, but they look like they're 18:1 ratio. So they look very quality, and I've had no problem keeping the guitar in tune since I tuned it up.
Some other things to note is it has 22 jumbo frets, a 14-inch radius fretboard, which feels just like a 12-inch fretboard. It has a Graphtec nut, which mine was cut really well and looks great. 42mm nut width, has a 2-way adjustable truss rod, so it's great for adjusting out any issues and making sure the guitar plays great. Something else to note, I had no dead frets or any issues with the frets.
Treatments on the ends are really nice. Again, this guitar feels more like what you see Fender putting out for about $1,000. So this is definitely for somebody looking for like that Fender vibe. I mean, obviously that's what they're going after, but something a little bit more modern feeling with more modern features, still keeping a very vintage look, but also saving you some coin, because Fender doesn't really offer anything like this in the $599 range. Their Made Mexico stuff is in the $700, $800 range now, minimum. So this is a little bit of a price cut if you're looking for that.
And while we're talking about value, let's talk about the pickups. The pickups are Schecter Diamond Ultratrons. Obviously, it's their take on a Filtertron or a TV Jones style pickup. To my ears, these sound warmer. They don't have the bright chime that normally you associate with Filtertron pickups, but they sound really good. Another great feature is they have dual coil splits. So there's one on each tone control, so you can coil split either the bridge or the neck pickup. So since I brought up Fender's price points for Made in Mexico, I should point out that this guitar is made in Indonesia, not in Korea like some of the other Schecter models, but this guitar is fantastic, and I've had great luck with a lot of Indonesian guitars lately.
We're going to start with the bridge. I'm running through a Friedman Dirty Shirley into my Know Your Gear KYG Mojotone 212, which has vintage 30s in it, and it has SM57, and it's mic'd in the other room, so it's pretty loud. In here, I can hear it. In this room, in the other room. So let's go ahead and start with the bridge pickup. Let's coil split that. Now you can see the coil split, it feels like the volume's dropped, a little bit of push on the pickups dropped. The highs didn't really go away. They actually usually get really bright, kind of sterile kind of highs. These are warm, very warm, at least in here. I also should mention I have a Keeley reverb pedal connected in this, so let's go to the neck pickup. Okay, so now what I want to do is the neck pickup, and I'll kind of mess with the coil split. Here we go with the neck. What I'm really curious about in the middle, believe it or not, is the coil splits. I want to dual coil split it, put it in the middle and see what happens. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch amps. So what I did is I switched to a Fender 65 Deluxe. That's the coil split. Let's go ahead. Wow, it sounds really good in here. Now we're going to the middle. Okay, so last what we're going to do is run it to the Engl. So all in all, I have to say I'm impressed. I didn't know what to expect with this one. I've played PTs in the past. I've always remember liking them. This one I think is definitely for someone, like I said, that's looking at these $800 to $1,000, maybe even $1,500-esque guitars like this, and this is just something that fits your budget better. But to be honest with you, if you bought this, you're not missing out on anything. This is really cool. If you're wanting Filtertrons, the 4-knob configuration, coil splits, the faster neck, this is a combination of things that I wish more companies would do. Give us this older look, but give us all these modern playability like arm carves and neck, flatter, kind of faster necks. Just give us those features. It seems like a nice alternative. Well, I'm curious to see what you guys think of the guitar. You think guitars like this are cool, that they're doing these retro looking guitars but making them play a little faster, or do you just think they should come up with something new? It's always interesting to see what you guys think, and I'd love to read in the comments. As always, I want to thank you guys so much for your time. Till the next time, know your gear.